Good morning and welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. Today we're going to be revisiting the Wishdoit watch. I'll be honest with you guys. I've worn this a few times. I have not worn it that much. I did just want to kind of go back over and put this thing on the time grapher kind of deal. But they sent me this watch. I did not have to pay for it. You know, to be honest, this is not my style of watch, so that's the only way I would have wound up reviewing this kind of thing. Just because, like, I don't like this kind of case design type deal. I understand, it's some people's thing. I do love skeletonized watches. However, this one is kind of a semi-fake, skeletonized. The reason why I say semi-fake is that it does have a see-through back, so you can see the actual movement, and it is an automatic. Not exactly sure which movement this is. I did ask them. They did not tell me. They just told me it had a 70-hour power reserve, which, to be honest, I have not seen it. That kind of a deal. But it does seem to keep pretty good time. Again, I have not put this on the time grapher. They say water resistant, but they don't say to how much. You got your model number right down here in case anybody is interested in one of these things. Of course, the heater's going to turn on. Of course. But it does not have a screw down crown. It's a push-pull. So I would say you might have 50 meters of water resistance if you're lucky. It's probably closer to 25 meters. But, all right, so we got this thing wound up. For me, trying to tell the time on this thing is really hard because the hands are hard to see. Until I just started moving them, you guys are probably just like me and was like, where are the hands even at? Again, I think that's kind of the aesthetics, with all the color choices they just, went with in here. It is cool. You can see the balance wheel down here at the bottom moving around. So, I mean, it is kind of skeletonized, but like a lot of the stuff on the inside of here is just decoration. It's just kind of stuff. So, again, I asked them what the lift angle was on this watch, and unfortunately, they did not give me that information either. But we were going to stick it in the time grapher here if I can get the damn thing to open up wide enough. So it is actually a high beat movement. Well, in that case, then I'll tell you what. Let's throw it on 50 degrees and see what we got. Let's see how it reads. I understand it's not ideal having the thing running in the background there to get a reading, but it is what it is. So I wonder if they didn't use like a PT 5000 on this thing, or maybe like the Miyota 9015. Because I have to double check, but I want to say this company is based out of like Hong Kong or Taiwan. I don't remember it being an actual Chinese company. Overall, I mean, again, I'm trying to be as fair as possible here because this is not my style of watch, but that's not running terrible. I mean, plus 16 is a little high, but there's no beat error. It is high beat, so right decent. If I remember correctly, they were asking like right around like $300 for these watches. Um, although this is way bigger, he's like, okay, I'm wearing the Ocean Rover 2 with a black ceramic right now, and like this is a 40 millimeter watch. This is typically as big as I'd like to go. I do go a little bit bigger, but like this is my go-to. Because like you guys can see the titanium. This I wore this all week. That's why it's out here. But again, I think this one's like 39 millimeter. We'll go ahead and do the measurements on this thing because this case is kind of a funky shape. So the cross is 42.4. Now, see, because of the shape of this, I don't want to say the diameter because the diameter it'd really be more like here to here, and that's like 49.50. You see what I'm saying? Like that's huge. I don't know because, like I said, it's not a regular circle. So I'm not exactly sure how you'd measure that. On the outside of the strap here, we have 57.7. The case itself, trying to catch it, is 51.1 millimeters long. And this thing is just so thick. Again, we'll go here, 15.1 millimeters thick. So, I mean, this is just a lot of watch. And like I said, it's not really my style, but from me having worn it, and again, I never wore it to the shop, obviously. But basically, me wearing stuff, I usually get scratches on shit real easy. Maybe it's just because this is a rubber strap and everything like that. But the case itself, whatever coating that they're using to give it this rose gold effect, actually holds up quite well. Like, I don't see any tarnishing or craziness or, any of that other funky stuff. Now, you can tell they made this watch for bigger guys because I personally, 7-inch wrist, I'm on the very last hole on the inside. Yeah, see, I mean, that just looks funky on my wrist. But, and again, this is just being honest, it actually doesn't feel funky. Like, sorry, the rubber strap is actually very nice. Like, it is very pliable, soft. It feels good against the skin. And with these little holes here, it actually vents decent when it's warm out. Again, I don't know if it has AR or any AR anti-reflective coating just because of the way that light's hitting it there. But again, for me, my biggest complaints are I can't really see the hands. Like, I can, but they're hard to make out with everything else. Like, I would have maybe made the hands like white or a different color altogether. They kind of fade into the background there. Overall, this is not my style of case, like style of watch, but I'm glad they sent it to me because, I mean, it lets me check this kind of stuff out, and try these things out because okay. And again, this isn't against Wishdoit because I even feel the same way, like this piece actually has a metal case and everything like that. Like even the Richard Meals that this is kind of emulating or homaging or whatever, they look like stuff you would get at the dollar store to me. A lot of them with the plastic cases. So this with the metal case looks actual kind of, rugged, beefy, kind of luxury. You know what I'm saying? Where to me, like if this was an all plastic case, it would just look silly. But again, and I just can't stress this enough. Just like, this isn't really my kind of cup of tea. But I think they did an excellent job on this watch, to be perfectly honest, though. And it's not because they sent it to me, and it's not because I didn't have to pay for it. It's just the rubber's very nice. The case fits the wrist, and I mean, it conforms to around your wrist very nicely. It is a big, wide, flat case back, but it does have the curves there at the end to help out, and it doesn't feel bad. Like, again, this isn't my taste, but objectively speaking, I think they actually did a decent job building this. Like, I think the quality is there. Is it something I would run out and buy? No, but if you're into this kind of thing, and this is the kind of thing you like, you may want to check it out. They had a lot of different cool watches on their website. They had some quartz and stuff like that. But to be perfectly honest, I mean, this thing is running very decent. The movement is pretty. They did do a lot of like ornamental work on it, to where you can see through like a lot of the plates and everything like that. So you can see the inner workings and gears and things. So, I mean, that is very cool. And like I said, they took a cost-effective approach to get, the look and have an automatic movement and all that kind of stuff. There's not really loom per se. I mean, they do have the little loom markers, but it's pretty pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does not glow well. So we're not even going to bother with all that. But yeah, I mean, all in all, this is actually a pretty decently built watch. And like I said, it's more than I would spend on anything like this. But, I've seen a lot of other watches that are in that $300 price point that, well, and even a little bit higher, that, I mean, just aren't quite made as well or nice or run as good. Because I keep going back to my Seiko, the Turtle. That's like a $500 watch, and it runs like plus 40. And it's only a 21,600 beat movement. Now, granted, it's 4 or 5 years old and it needs to be serviced, but you get what I mean. All right. So since we got all this far into the deal here, I would like to thank all of my subscribers and specifically my members. There's Philo, there's Dean, there's Carl, there's Jody, and then, of course, Carnage. And Carnage has just put up a new review of a very interesting watch, so you might want to go over to his channel and check that out. Let's see. And then, of course, you got my buddy Duncan, the Time Bombardier. Yeah, see, this thing, that rubber will allow you to slide it all the way up there like that. I didn't rotate the pillow, but, I just want to say thanks to everybody and everything like that. So far we've started off this year right strong. We've done a fucking few things, you know what I'm saying? Or a couple cool things, sorry. So far we've donated hair. We've donated to the doggies down at the animal shelter. Hopefully before the end of the year, we'll be able to do some more cool stuff. As I'm approaching 3,000 subscribers, I realized I need to do a watch giveaway. I should have done one about 40 or 50 subscribers ago. So I've got to pick out a watch and decide what watch I'm going to give away. I am giving this one to my buddy Q at work. He really liked this. Like, this was right up his alley. So I'm going to give this one to him. And again, y'all have already seen me give him a couple of other watches. At any rate, this one's going to go to Q. I'm not keeping this one. So, like I said, y'all can take whatever opinions I have about it and, take them to the bank, because like I said, I didn't ask them for this. They come to me I think it's a very fine watch. Like, honestly, my initial, like, what am I going to be getting, all that kind of stuff was very, very low. Like, I don't know. Like, my hopes and everything like that on how good it was going to be was not high. You know what I'm saying? This actually far exceeded my expectations. There you go. That's the word I was thinking for. Fuck. My expectations were low. They far exceeded them. I mean, you get a nice luxury box. The shipping, the packaging, everything like that was very, very nice. The watch is nice. The fact that it looks like a Richard Mille, you know, I get it because that's what some people like, and some people want that look. And like I said, this is no offense to Wishdoit because I wouldn't buy a Richard Mille. And again, they ain't take the money thing out the side. The Richard Mille could be a fucking $300-400 watch, and I still wouldn't buy that thing. Like, beyond the mechanical coolness and that aspect of it, I do not like the way those watches look at all. And that's where it really sucks for me, because even though I can appreciate and really enjoy a lot of things beyond just how they look because of how they function, the Richard Mille is not one. I can't mess with their shit. I got another watch. This one I will be doing a review on very soon. This is my brother-in-law's watch. This is actually a super cool watch. The only issue is it's one of the solar-powered doohickeys, and the battery is dead. So I got to get a battery for this thing, get it running. You guys, oh, it's cool. It's Blue Angels, Citizen watch. Yeah, this one's even cooler because my brother-in-law was a Blue Angel. He was on the team, for several years. They only get to do one tour, during their career or whatnot, if they're even lucky enough to ever become a Blue Angel. So this is the Citizen Eco Drive, the Blue Angel model. That is owned and been worn by a Blue Angel. So I'm going to get this thing fixed up for him, and then we're going to do the review. There are some decent and cool features that I'm going to have him teach me how to use, because it's how to measure fuel and distance and blah 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 while flying. And yeah, I don't quite know how to make do all the calculations on all that. So this will be coming soon. Just hold y'all's horses on that one. But I'm going to go through my watches and figure out which one we're going to give away. Not sure. Because I also just gave away my G-Shock. Sent that one to my buddy Duncan over at the Time Bombardier in the UK. Basically for hooking me up with the winder. And also, him and Carnage have been passing around watches and stuff like that. And it's just a little thank you to say, or thank you from me, for him having to, do this little bit of extra legwork and bullshit and whatnot, so that everybody gets to review these watches. Duncan's been kind of the middleman, you know what I'm saying, for him. Unfortunately, most everything gets shipped to him, then he ships to Carnage, and then Carnage, ships to me, and, vice versa and stuff like that. And they both got to do the Sonar watch recently. That one will also be coming to me, so I can check that one out. Any rate, hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Easter, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.